Hey, what's up guys? Ralston here. So in this video, let's talk about carbohydrates and what they actually do to the body. Alright, so not all carbohydrates are bad. Carbs are basically sugars or starches that provide a primary or a preferred source of energy for the body. You can classify your carbohydrates into two types. One is your simple carbohydrates or your fast digesting carbohydrates. For example, white rice, candies, pastries, etc., which results in a blood sugar spike followed by a crash. The other type of carbohydrates are your complex carbohydrates, which are a little bit more difficult for your body to digest. Therefore, they are slowly absorbed by your body, supplying a steady amounts of energy. Now that we have a better understanding of simple carbohydrates and complex carbohydrates, let's move on to the term glycemic index. So glycemic index is a scale from 0 to 100, 0 being the lowest value, highest, 100 being the highest, which also represents glucose. Okay, now all you need to know is that the higher the glycemic index, the faster will the food digest in your system. Alright, and the lower the glycemic index, the slower will it digest. For example, your simple carbohydrates like your white rice, your candy, pastries, etc. have a higher glycemic index. Your complex carbohydrates like your sweet potato, your brown rice, your quinoa have more of a lower glycemic index, which means it's going to slowly break down to supply your body steady amounts of energy throughout the day. So glucose, having the glycemic index of 100, is going to quickly digest in your body and give you energy in order to go about your activity. Now that we have learned all these fancy terms, let's see how we can implement this in our daily lives. Okay, the only time that I would recommend you to have a simple carbohydrate is post your workout or your training. The reason being, the simple carbohydrate is going to cause an insulin spike, thereby increasing your protein synthesis, which means it's going to improve your protein absorption and growth and recovery of your muscles. The reason why I would recommend most people or people looking to lose weight to not have simple carbohydrates at any other time of the day is because you may end up putting bad weight or fat. It's pretty simple. This is because when you have a lot of food that is high in energy, not much of the energy, or I would say a very small amount of the energy, is used for your daily activity, and the remaining energy is stored in your body as fat. Just to make things clear for you guys, let me give you a quick summary of what we did. Alright, so simple carbohydrates are fast digesting, which means it gives you an instant energy followed by a crash. Complex carbohydrates are slow digesting, which means these carbohydrates are a little difficult to digest. So they give you a stable supply of energy throughout the day in order for you to do your daily activity. Okay, GI or glycemic index. High glycemic index are more or less simple carbohydrates. Low glycemic index are your complex carbohydrates. So the glycemic index, the scale from 0 to 100, keep that in mind. Alright, fine. In terms of your daily activity or your training, I would say it's best for you to have your complex carbohydrates throughout the day and your simple carbohydrates post-workout, because it's going to give you an insulin spike, which in turn will improve your protein synthesis, increases your protein absorption, helps in your muscle growth and recovery. Alright guys, thanks for the support. Thanks for everything. Let me know if you have any other questions. Please like, share, comment and subscribe.